Hello. No. This is Matt Allgood again, episode 2 of Matt at the Movies. This is today we're going to be reviewing the movie, not a new movie, it's been out for a while, but it's the movie Scrooged from 1988, starring Bill Murray, Bobcat Goldthwait, Carol Kane, Alfre Woodard. Also, sorry, I'm reading my posts. Also starring, I'm getting sidetracked. Also starring Robert Mitchum, and it's got a lot of good actors in it. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but if you haven't seen it, and especially if you're a Bill Murray fan, check it out, because Bill Murray plays a part in this like in nothing you've ever really seen him in. Now he's still in his comic mode. It's kind of a it's kind of still in the comic mode, but he's a little more. He's got a little bit of dramatic acting kind of in with it too. Basically, I'm sure a lot of people probably have and haven't probably seen this movie. I saw it a long time ago when it first came out. Now I didn't get to see it in the theater because I wasn't really watching. I didn't really see a whole lot of theaters. It came out in November of '88, and I just hadn't seen a lot of movies. I wasn't seeing a lot of movies back at that time. I was still pretty young back in '88. I was only probably about 8-9 years old. So I hadn't seen a whole lot of movies yet. So I think I'd seen Willow and like a couple of other early ones. Maybe I want to say I saw Honey, I Shrunk the Kids too, but I don't really remember. I could have swore I saw that movie in the theater though. I was trying to think of that the other day. I was like, I'm pretty sure I saw that on the big screen. Like I remember watching it on video too, but I think I saw it on the big screen too. But anyway, that was a good movie too. But anyway, back to Scrooge before I get off topic. Scrooge is basically it's kind of a modern day take on Scrooge. By Charles Dickens, about but instead of in the kind of like the old times or whatever, it's in modern day, in the 80s, and it takes place, and it's about an executive named Frank Cross who just doesn't like anybody. He's basically his job. He's like the top executive at this TV station called IBC, and he's just squash anybody that gets in my way kind of personality. And he doesn't really even get along. He has family, but he doesn't really even get along with them very well. He kind of cancels stuff when it gets around to the holiday season. And believe it or not, I've actually based my upcoming movie Anti-Holiday Man on Scrooged, like Charles Dickens and Scrooged itself. So it's kind of in the vein of that. I'm kind of channeling Bill Murray, maybe not as hardcore, but or good, but I'm channeling Bill Murray in Scrooged. So, but it's a pretty good movie. I don't think Scrooged was really that well received when it came out. A lot of reviewers that reviewed it didn't like it. They said Bill Murray kind of went too far with like the way his mannerisms and stuff are, and I kind of see that in a way, but it doesn't really diminish me liking the movie. There's a lot of funny scenes, and there's a lot of like on one of the scenes it's kind of dark humored. A lot of the movie's just dark humor. Like he'll say, hey, the guy's trying to get the mouse ready and I'm sure those of you who have seen Scrooged, I'm not ruining it. For those that haven't, I'm sorry, I'm giving you a spoiler away. But I'll say spoiler alert anytime I try to say something, like plot-wise that you don't know about it. But basically, he's like, this older guy is trying to get this mouse ready for the special, and he says, well, we tried crazy glue. They were trying to get these antlers on this mouse, and then after that, Bill Murray's like, have you tried staples? And everybody's just kind of looking at him like, whoa, this guy's hardcore. But, I mean, that's kind of the humor of, before he kind of sees the light and kind of... But he kind of turns around, which is kind of cool. At the end, he kind of hijacks they're doing the special, and he hijacks the special, and he just kind of stops them kind of where they are and says, "Hey, I'm hey, I'm hijacking your, and everybody's pissed off that they're like, what the hell is he doing? He's taking over the show, and they're filming the show, and they're like, he stops it in the middle of the show and says, "Hey, yeah, I know what the true meaning of Christmas is now," and that. But I mean, it was a good movie. I really liked it, and I liked it a long time ago when it came out. It's one of those ones kind of like Christmas Vacation that I can watch over and over, and it doesn't really get old. And there's few Christmas themed movies that I can just watch every year or every couple of years, almost every year. It's kind of like Christmas Story. I kind of, although I don't think it's as good as A Christmas Story, it's kind of in the same, you can watch it a lot. Like if you like it, you can watch it every year. I have it on DVD too, but I got excited because they were showing Home Alone, which I've seen Home Alone in the theater, and they had Christmas Vacation, which I didn't make it to Christmas Vacation. I really wanted to, because I hadn't seen that in the theater, and I was like, well, that'll be a cool one to see in the theater. But I made it the week after that, so the week after that was Scrooge. But I was like, Scrooge is still good. I'll go see Scrooge. So I was complaining how there hadn't really been any Christmas movies come out this year at all. Saving Christmas, that's the only one that I know of that's come out. I mean, I can't think of anything else that's come out in 2014. Christmas-themed movies. I mean, there's movies, like TV stuff. There's, made-for-TV movies, but I don't want to watch a bunch of Hallmark made-for-TV movies. I mean, some people like those. I'm not putting down those kind of movies, but I don't know. I would rather watch, something that's, come out. There's more to the experience when you can go out and watch a movie. But, basically, Bill Murray kind of sees the error of his ways, and the beginning of the movie, he's just such a douche, though. You watch him, and you're kind of like, God, I hope he kind of turns around, because he's just really hateful to everybody. And on his, when he gives gifts, it's kind of like, he's like, bath towel. Give him a bath towel, like he gives everyone bath towels. He's doesn't want to spend any money on anybody or something. I don't know. He's that out of the Christmas spirit that he just sends everyone bath towels. But there's some good side performances or supporting performances. I call them side performances. Supporting performances from Bobcat Goldthwait, also from God, this is driving me nuts. All those beeps in the background coming off. But Bobcat Goldthwait, Carol Kane. There's a lot of good actors in it. Just Carol Kane in particular is great as the ghost of Christmas Present, who comes and kind of shows him what's going on and what needs to happen and that kind of thing. She's probably one of the most memorable side characters that there is. But everyone does a good job. I mean, they all act really well in the movie. I mean, it's a well acted movie. All the actors do a really good job. Also, Bill Murray's brothers, John and Joel, also make performances, along with his dad, Brian Doyle Murray, who actually plays his dad in the movie too in a short scene. He's only in a cameo. He's not in very much, but also starring Karen Allen, who plays the woman that he's in love with, but can't bring himself to tell her that he's in love with her because he's so wrapped up in the executive world, and he doesn't want to step down the ladder, so he worries about getting involved with anybody. But overall, it's a good movie. I enjoyed it. I'd give it thumbs up if I wouldn't get sued by Siskel and Ebert, or Siskel now. I guess Ebert's not around anymore, but Siskel might sue me. But anyway, I'd give it 3 stars. It was good. It was a good movie. Check it out if you've never seen it. Check out Scrooged. Go online, check it out, or go buy it. You can get it cheap now. I mean, it's you can get it for probably $5 on DVD. It's a great movie. If you're looking for kind of a modern day, just funny comedy, holiday themed comedy, you can't go wrong. This has been Matt at the Movies. The movie is Scrooged. This is the 2nd episode. More episodes yet to come. Merry Christmas.